Chapter 6, Applied Linguistics. What is applied linguistics? It is the field of study that identifies, investigates, and offers solutions to language-related problems. So it is what we use in real-life situation and how it can be applied to solve practical problems. Issues like language learning, translation, speech therapy, and communication in different social settings. For example, applied linguistics help improve language teaching methods, create better translation tools, and support people with speech disorder. It also describes the language and teaches how it is learned and used. The importance of applied linguistics. It improves language learning and teaching. It enhances multilingual communication, preserves and promotes cultural identity, and it analyzes language in society to solve real-world language problems.
Let's proceed to ethnolinguistic. So if we heard the word ethnolinguistic, we can also say that that is the connection between culture and language, for the reason that that term ethno or ethnicity refers to culture or a group of people, for linguistic, for language. And also it explores how the way people speak reflects their traditions, beliefs, and a way of life. So there are examples of different words for the same thing. Rice in Filipino language, palay, unharvested rice, bigas, uncooked rice, kanin, cooked rice, tutong, burnt rice. But in Bisaya, that is what we call dukot. Love in ancient Greek. Eros, romantic love. Philia, deep friendship love. Agape, unconditional love. So let's proceed to respect and social norms in language. In Korea, people use different speech levels depending on age and social status. Saying annyeong stands for hi is informal, but annyeonghaseyo stands for hello is polite. But here in Philippines, in Filipino, adding po and opo when speaking to elders show respect, like saying salamat po. Oral traditions and storytelling. In indigenous Filipino tribes like the Ifugao and Tibuli tell myths and legends through storytelling to preserve their heritage. But in Native American tradition, they also use storytelling but uses minimal tales to moral lessons.
So what is linguistic relativism? It's the idea that the structure and vocabulary of language influence the way its speakers perceive and think about the world. Linguistic relativism, or the linguistic relativity hypothesis, the proposal that the particular language we speak or influences the way we think about the reality, or how language influences thought.
The versions of linguistic relativism. First is a strong version. It postulates that language decides and determines our thought and cognition. This simply means that their vocabulary is only limited because they believe that if a certain word does not exist in their language, they won't understand and figure out what it means. Next is the weak. Pushes the idea that language only influences thought. Means that while the structure and vocabulary of a language can shape how people categorize and interpret the world, it does not prevent them from understanding concepts that their language does not explicitly express. Code switching is a strategy of using two different languages inside a sentence or in discourse. The first type is the intersentential. It is a shifting of languages happens either end of the sentences. The switch happens between separate sentences or clauses. The speaker completes one thought in one language before switching to another. So for example, if he asks you for a date, "Huwag kang sumama." Kita mo yun? It's so big. Intrasentential. The language shift in the middle of a clause or sentence without obvious hesitations, pauses, and interruptions to emphasize the shift. So the speaker smoothly mixes two languages within the same sentence without hesitation. Like, get your bag inside the car, pati yung payong because it is raining. I'm going to the market, mangita lang ko fresh nga isda. Tag switching, a word or a tag question of a different language is inserted into a utterance of another language. Speaker inserts a single word, phrase, or tag from another language. Often involves short interjections like, "You're coming to the party, diba? I'll be there in 10 minutes. Okay lang?" Discourses of language in cultural and social relevance. This explains how language influences and reflects social and cultural norms. By studying spoken or written communication, we can understand a person's role and relevance in society and culture.
Example: political speech advocating for policy change, news report on a local disaster, conversation between friends about a shared experience.
Categories of discourse analysis: sociocultural analysis, synthetic analysis, structural analysis, cognitive analysis, and critical analysis. How to conduct discourse analysis according to Lu 2019. Step 1. Formulate relevant research questions and select a meaningful discourse analysis context. Step 2. Collect information and check for existing theory that fit the context. Step 3. Analyze the subject of inquiry and check for patterns and terms. Step 4. Evaluate